You fools are harassing me. I'm gonna sue you and the city. I'm gonna sue the sheriffs. I'm gonna sue the Southgate PD. I'm gonna sue everybody because you fools are harassing me. At this point, you guys are harassing me. Like, this is too much. You feel me? Fool, when I was 3, shut the up. You don't remember. Shut up. Stop lying. You remember? You don't remember. Someone told you a story and you pretend like you remember. Shut up, bitch. If you're watching this video, it's probably because of the title. The cops raided my pad. These spoiled that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to police and protect our community hate it when one of the community members, she goes, so you're not gonna answer questions? I'm like, you know what my name is and why the you have the heater on? She goes, how am I supposed to know it's the heater's on? She's like, the heater's not on. And she starts turning it from hot. I saw her from hot to cold. We know you're a criminal. You know we took your fingerprints in the county and your DNA when you were in jail in 2008. Like, you know we have your fingerprints. I want to see the best players play the best players in the World Series. And the NBA, they call it the finals, and Super Bowl. I mean, in the NFL, they call it the Super Bowl. In the World Series, fool, I want to see the 2 best, most expensive teams go at it. What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses, aka No Mo, chilling right here inside the Lit Outlet studio with a solo podcast today. If you're watching this or listening to this, first of all, I want to say thank you guys for supporting my dreams and my goals as far as becoming a full-time podcaster, content creator, and just overall bringing you guys things to help you get through your day as far as entertainment, whether it's comedy podcasts like Brown Militia, whether it's one-on-one interviews like the Lit Out podcast, and other shows we're working on like Torto Talks, which are meant to be funny TikTok stories about people who are, I guess, TikTok influencers, and other shows that are in the works that are a little bit more difficult to make. For example, I know a lot of you guys are interested in the Baddies Club. The Baddies Club podcast is a difficult podcast to produce and to make because you need, I believe, for that one to be successful, you need at least 4 people. And being a solo content producer, getting 4 people to show up at the same time, as far as scheduling, can be rather difficult sometimes. So bear with me. Those podcasts, I know for sure, are gonna go viral, like even more viral than the Lit Outlet, which the Lit Outlet is my baby, right? That's the one that I focus on and try to give you guys an episode every week, just because it's the one I enjoy the most. You know, sharing people's stories that can hopefully help somebody out there that's listening or watching. The Baddies Club is probably the closest thing I'm ever going to get to as far as like maybe a drama podcast or like something where it's like a little... Anyways, we'll get into that. If you're watching this video, it's probably because of the title. The cops raided my pad. So as of right now, it's maybe 2 weeks from the day the cops raided my pad. 2 weeks today, it was a Friday. It's been 2 weeks since the cops raided my pad. I kind of want to break down why they raided my pad and also what kind of that caused. That caused an issue as far as my video quality, my audio quality after that hasn't been the same. Some of it for sure is my fault, but some of it, I think they had something to do with it. So I'll break down why they raided my pad first. So a couple weeks ago on a Friday night, 2 fools outside my house decided to shoot each other. And the crazy part is like literally as I walk outside my house, there's, you know, cops and ambulances and, you know, some dude screaming and moaning, and you could tell that he was in great pain. So come to find out later, after all the, you know, the cheese man, the block or whatever, 2 fools shot each other. The fool in front of my house got shot in the mouth. His teeth were splattered everywhere. And I guess some other fool got shot too. And that dude ran around the block and fell down around the corner. And I've heard multiple stories where that fool passed away. RIP to him. I don't know who he was. I've never met the guy. Wasn't nobody I was friends with or anything, but RIP to him. You know, my condolences to his friends and family out there. You know, and the guy in the front, supposedly last I heard, was in critical condition. So outside my house, luckily or unluckily, it happened outside my fucking house, bro. So, of course, the cops taped off the whole area. They come knocking and they ask me for my footage. I have a really old camera on top of my house that's like 12 megapixels. It's like a really shitty old school camera that I got a long time ago. And I swear, like 4 days before this happened, I installed a fog light, floodlight ring camera. Purposely set just to kind of look at I installed the ring camera, right? So the cops knock on the door and they ask my mom and my dad a bunch of questions. Of course, one of the cameras doesn't really work. It's just really a camera that gives a live feed. So if my mom's doing laundry or something, she can kind of see who's at the front door, who pulls up or whatever. So the cops ask me if that camera works. I tell them it works, but it doesn't record. They don't believe me. They also ask to see footage of the Ring camera, and I tell them anybody who owns a Ring camera knows that it doesn't save to your phone or a memory card or anything like that. It just goes straight to the cloud, and you have to pay a yearly subscription or a monthly subscription, which is like 50 or 60 bucks per camera, for it to so for you to be able to go on the app and look what happened 5, 10, 20 minutes ago, a week ago, a month ago, whatever. If you don't pay for that service, it's just a live feed camera basically, right? Which is what my old camera is. And at first I told them, the top one doesn't work. And they're all like, what about the Ring cameras? I'm all like, we don't pay for the service. At the moment, we weren't paying for the service. I had just bought those cameras and installed them. So Ring camera for the first 30 days is free, right? So they told me, this is what the sheriffs told me, the homicide investigation, some 2 old white dudes in suits pulled up to my house, and they're all like, we called the Ring camera and we know they work and we know they're recording. This is the kind of shit, this is where it begins, where I start getting pissed off, because this is the kind of games that they play with you, right? They want to get the answer from you. They want to get anything out that will help them obviously do their job. So they worded it away where, like, we called Ring, we know they record, we know that you can see it on your phone. That's the way they worded it. And I already had told them before that, I'm like, look, I know this happened in front of my house, but I have nothing to do with it, and I want nothing to do with it. So I'm not going to let you in my house to see the cameras. I'm not going to give you any footage. I don't want to get involved just because I fear for the safety of my family. I don't want to get involved, and it has nothing to do with me, right? If it has something to do with me, I'd be outside with them out there, right? But it doesn't. So they get pissed off. They're all like, we're gonna have to get a search warrant and come in. I'm all like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. And they start tripping on me, bro. They start like, what if that was your sister? What if that was your brother? And I straight up told them, like, well, it's not. It's not. That has nothing to do with me. My family lives here. My son lives here. Like, I'm just not gonna subscribe to helping the police do their job, because at the end of the day, if something happens to my house or my family, these guys are janitors. They're going to come back and try to clean up a mess. They're not here to prevent or protect me and my family. So I feel like that's my duty. I have to protect my family. I got to make sure that whatever I do, I have my son and my family's safety, as the first priority. They're police officers, they're sheriffs. They probably have that job because they're good at it. They're going to figure out what happened, right? And all my neighbors have cameras, and that the streets have cameras, so they know who did it. They're going to figure it out. My camera, in my opinion, is not going to make a big difference. Also, my cameras suck. The old ones are not going to let you see who it was. One time we had a neighbor, I think their car got robbed or broken into, so we tried to look at the camera and it doesn't record, so we couldn't see nothing. But even I showed them what the quality of the camera was, and it's one of those old school, like, liquor store cameras. Like, it's bad, bro. Like, you can't even see people's faces. It's super high up. It's far from the street. It's just no point. All right, so then that day I couldn't leave to work because my whole block was taped off. Whatever, I missed a day of work. That's not good, right? I'm a little pissed off about that. A couple days later, they pull up to my house, and through the Ring camera, I get a notification that there's somebody at the front door, and it's 2 cops. So they're kind of wearing like these little, like, fleece jackets, the little ones that make noise when you run. And they're knocking, and I already know they came to fuck with me again, but I don't want to talk to them. But whatever, they kept knocking. And I've noticed that in the distance, you could see more cops and hella cop cars. So I'm all like, whatever, I'm going to go to the front door, I'm going to go check it out. I go check it out. They're all like, we have a search warrant. You either let us in or we're going to come in. And I was like, I explained to them again, I want nothing to do with this. You guys are, doing the most. Leave me alone. They don't give a fuck. They said, if you don't let us in, we're going to break the door down. So I'm like, all right, what do you want? They're like, we want to see where that camera leads to. And I was all like, all right. And so I'm like, all right, I'll let you and you in. I lead them to the back and they see the black box where the old camera used to connect to. And I recently disconnected it because I got the Ring cameras. That's the whole reason why I got the Ring cameras, because that camera was shitty. It didn't work. So I got new Ring cameras. So since I got that one, I was planning on moving that. I have it connected to a huge fucking like 70-inch TV, and I was gonna bring it in to my second room and use it as a monitor. So I already had started disconnecting the stuff. So they get there, they grab the black box, they're already holding it like it belongs to them. I'm all like, okay. And they're all like, we're gonna take this in, we're gonna kind of take a look at it. I'm all like, all right, I mean, I told you don't record, but whatever, you know? And they keep pressing me about showing them the Ring footage on the phone. And then they hit me with, if you don't show us the Ring footage on your phone right now, we're gonna take your phone. Bro, I'm a content creator. My whole channel, my whole internet business runs through my phone, right? And obviously I needed to contact and be in contact with my family. I'm a baseball coach. That's how I send meetings. That's how I send messages out to the parents for practices and games and whatever fundraisers that we're running, right? Shout out to the Downey Bombers. And at that point, I'm all like, I'm gonna have to fucking show them, right? So I show them the footage that they wanted to see, and my Ring camera is motion detector. It's not running forever. So the footage I show them is just the guy laying on the floor already shot, and his homie pulling up to him saying, don't die, don't die, don't die. That's it. You don't see a getaway car. You don't see no one getting shot. You don't see people talking shit to you. It's after the fact, everything happened. They record that shit with their phone. They're like, thank you, we got what we needed. We're gonna leave you alone now. That didn't feel right to me, dog. Because like I said, from the beginning, I didn't want to get involved. I didn't want them to have any footage from my angle of my house. And I know some people are gonna be pissed off, like, what if that was your family? Like, yeah, what if? We could play the what if game about everything, but it's not. You know, it has nothing to do with me, right? But I know they're doing their job. They're grown men doing their job, right? And we fucking, as a city, pay taxes and pay them for them to figure this shit out, for them to kind of like, you know, do their hollers. So I'm pissed off about certain things, but I'm also understanding that they are doing their job. They don't give a fuck. They're not trying to, I don't feel like I'm getting singled out yet, right? They're just kind of doing their holler. I get it. So whatever, boom, they're like, all right, we got what we needed. We're gonna leave you alone. Like, it's done. Like, thank you. I'm all like, cool, perfect. A day or two passes by, it might have been the next day. I'm at work, about to leave, and I get a notification from my Ring camera that there's something going on in my house, right? So I look at it, and they have my dad on the curb talking to the cops. I look at my camera that I have back here, and they're in a V formation with their guns out, yelling, come out with your hands up, going into my house, right? Because I live in the back. We have a duplex. I live all the way in the back. My parents live in the front. So they've already come through the front. They're one behind another, you know, like with their guns out, yelling. And then I go on my Ring camera. I'm all like, I'm not home. I'm not home. I'm on my way from work. What do you guys want? And then they start talking amongst each other. He's watching us on the camera. He's watching us on the camera. So whatever, they go in the house. They do their thing, whatever. And I'm watching them. And then I'm at work, chilling, like watching these fools do that shit. And I see these fools go up to the camera and disconnect it. And then they disconnect my Wi-Fi. And it's like, if you're not doing nothing bad, if you're in a house that you've already ransacked and you know that I don't got no guns, I don't got no drugs, there's no gang paraphernalia in here, I'm just a regular dad with baseball stuff and podcast equipment everywhere. Obviously, you can walk in my house and then you flip my house upside down. You see that I don't have shit to be worried about. Why are you disconnecting my Wi-Fi? Why are you disconnecting my cameras? At that moment right there, I felt like I was getting, like my I don't even know if it's true or if it's a law, but I felt like my rights were getting violated. My personal rights to having Wi-Fi, to having cameras at my house. Like, you could just show up and turn shit off. that at that moment I was starting to get pissed. I was like, what the fuck are these fools doing? I had already gave them everything they wanted, and now they're making it seem like I have something to do with it. And I get it, it's their job. Maybe they're fucking crossing their T's and dotting their I's, just making sure I wasn't there, or I had nothing to do with it in front of my house, whatever. I have a criminal record from a long time ago, and they're just, I guess, checking off the list, making sure I'm not involved. Boom. I contact one of the homies. He puts me in contact with a lawyer. Shout out to the homie, you know who you are. I talked to a lawyer about the whole situation, what's going down, and he walks me through step by step on what to say. Because I told him I'm going to go home. I'm going to go see what's up with these fools, why are they tripping or whatever. So, he tells me what to say or whatever, and I tell him what's going down. He gives me some good advice. Boom, I pull up. My parents, my son, my nephew, they're at the stop sign at the corner because they can't go inside. My parents are talking to the house. The lawyer suggests that I go on Facebook Live as I get out my car, and any conversation that I'm having with them to record it live on Facebook and put on there that if anybody's watching this live, please screen record it. So in case whatever happens, they have footage of my interaction with the police. So I get there. I believe the sergeant, I don't know his name, some white dude, some sergeant, comes up to me. Are you Moises? I'm like, yeah. What are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we have reasonable doubt to believe that you've been tampering with evidence. So we're performing a search in your house. And I'm all like, look, man, I just want you to know that I don't consent to any searches. I want you guys out of my house as soon as possible. And you guys got to go. And he's all like, well, that's not going to happen. We have a search warrant. We could be in there as long as we want. And that's where it kind of like started, as far as like, the thing about police officers is they love to try to manipulate you and control the conversation in their manner. And as soon as you say anything about my rights, or you try to kind of like exercise any type of right, whether we're wrong or right and we don't know the law. Like I know some of us kind of pretend like we're lawyers sometimes when we interact with cops. They get so turned off by that. They get so pissed off. They get so annoyed. These fucking spoiled motherfuckers that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to police and protect our community hate it when one of the community members even gives them an ounce of pushback, dog. The look in their eyes, they have no patience for the people that for the community that they police. What other business, because policing is a business, it's a service and a business. What other business does that? You ever go to McDonald's and you order something and the fucking person at the fucking register just rolling their eyes and like, you know that someone's either having a bad day or like, damn, this person sucks. And to hear that from the sergeant, right, the person who controls the all the police officers and tells them how to basically, that directly influences all the officers. Like, this is the guy you guys are following, this fucking asshole, disrespectful motherfucker. Like, I just expect a little bit more respect, and I'm in my full uniform from work and shit. I'm a security officer. So whatever, dog. So they leave for like 2 minutes and they come back and they're like, right now, just want you to know that you're going to be detained for, again, reasonable doubt, whatever, that we have enough evidence you've been tampering with. Evidence. So take my phone away. They turn it off, or they lock the phone. They put me in cuffs in front of my son, in front of my mom. Like, my son's never seen me like that. My son knows that, I've had a past before. He's seen pictures or whatever, but he's right there in the car recording me get arrested. So that's fucking with me, because, I don't want my son. I've been shielding my son from that lifestyle his whole life. You feel me? Like, I don't want him to think that this is what we do. We're anti-cop, or we're anarchy, or this and that. Like, I've been trying to raise my son the right way. So that's kind of fucking with me. They take me to the fucking all black vehicle, the gang unit vehicle. They put me in the back seat. I'm in cuffs, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have someone come talk to you or whatever. So whatever, they put me in there, and it's been a long time since I've been in cuffs. So they I'm a fat fuck, so they put 2 cuffs on me, right? I have my hands behind, and when I sit down, I like hit the cuffs, and they get super tight on me. So I'm thinking like, if it's 5 or 10 minutes I'm back here, I can survive with the cuffs being that tight. Boom. It's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes go by. My big fat ass, my neck is like this because I don't fit. They got the heater on. That's one thing too that also pissed me off. I wasn't born yesterday, dog, and neither were you. You can tell when the air conditioner is on, you could hear it. The car is on, you hear the air blowing out the vents. I could hear something's on. But that car was hot as fuck. Hot as fuck. And my fat ass sweats easily. I'm wearing these thick ass pants, this thick ass shirt, right? So whatever, boom, I start elbowing the door. I'm like, hey, come here. They're like, what do you want? I'm like, hey, I accidentally sat on the cuffs and now they're too tight. So they're like, all right, hold on. So they made me wait like 2 more minutes. They gave me out the car. They loosened them up and they put me back in. And I was like, all right, thank you. Appreciate that. And this time I made sure not to fucking sit like that where I'm pushing the shit. So now I'm awkwardly sitting with my hands to the side because I don't want to sit with my hands behind me because that's how I pushed them in the first place. So now I'm like this in the corner trying to get my hands space so I don't fucking make them tight again. And here we go. This is where the show begins. One after another, they come in and start talking all sorts of shit. They're like, you know, we found your fingerprints on the box. We know that you're, they're like, where is it? Where's what? I'm like, where's what? They're like, where's the hard drive? I'm like, what's a hard drive? I'm like, you think I'm some sort of computer engineer, some fucking computer scientist that knows what the fuck you're talking about? Like, those cameras were when they were installed, the fool that gave it to me, I was broke back then, bro. That box can hold up to 18 cameras. I had 3 because I couldn't afford to have 4 cameras. And then the homie or the fool that I bought it from, they're like, you want it to record? You want it to have the full fucking capabilities, or you just want something? I'm like, fool, for now, just give me something, and then later I can upgrade it, which I never did, because that's what happens. That's what I've learned, because I was young when I did that shit. Like, you're never gonna upgrade it, typically, right? So I never upgraded it. And these people are telling me about the box and fucking hard drives and fucking cameras and this and that. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about from the beginning. I told you this shit don't record. And they're all like, this and that. Okay, whatever. You're not stupid. They close the door on me. So that goes on for 2 or 3 times. They send a homicide guy with the sheriff badge. Then they send the undercover sheriff, some white boy that looks like he has fucking cirrhosis of the liver because his skin's all fucked up. Shout out to you. You know who you are. Whatever. And then I'm like, look, bro, I'm not talking to you guys. I'm not here to answer any questions. That's what the lawyer told me to say. Like, I'm not here to answer any questions. Go ahead and continue your investigation. As soon as you're done, you guys got to go. And my neighbors are out, bro. My son's friends are watching me. All the ladies that I grew up going to their houses when I was playing outside with my friends to drink the water, to go in the back to play with the homies. Everyone's out. The whole show is out. And I look like a fucking criminal, dog. Like, I look like a fucking, like, if I just fucking, I'm like, I'm a terrorist for the way they have me, dog. Finally, this girl cop comes to sit in the front seat, and she's all like, what's your name? I'm pissed off, bro. I said some things that maybe a level-headed me wouldn't have said. I was pissed off, bro. I was like, what the fuck you mean, what's my name? Don't you see that fucking paper in the front on your fucking dashboard? The fucking search warrant to my house? You don't know my fucking name? Like, are we acting stupid here? She goes, whoa. Like, what did I do to you? I'm like, what the fuck you mean? What did you do to me? You have me fucking handcuffed in the back of a cop car, fucking in front of my family and my fucking neighbors, treating me like some sort of criminal. She goes, so you're not gonna answer questions? I'm like, you know what my fucking name is, and why the fuck do you have the heater on? She goes, how am I supposed to know it's the heater's on? She's like, the heater's not on. And she starts fucking turning it from hot. I saw her from hot to cold. And I look back at that. I think back on that, and like a couple minutes later, it started getting cold in there. So they did have the fucking heater on there, dog. They tried to turn that bitch into a fucking sauna. You know, my fat ass in there. And she gets all fucking mad. Like, don't be fucking talking like that in my car. Like, oh, this is your car. So you're the one that put the heater like that. She goes, I would never do that, this and that. Like, why are you talking to me? So you're not gonna talk? I'm like, you know my name, you know my date of birth. You're at my fucking house. You're the fucking police, right? Your homie told me, because that one of the sheriffs were like, oh, we know you're a criminal. We know you're a bad guy. We know you have a criminal record. Like, these fools know who I am, dog. So what the police always try to do is they do these fucking bullshit psychology, fucking try to do fucking to get you to talk. They're asking you like a simple question: what's your name? What's your date of birth? Why'd you do it? Like, they try to catch you slipping. And I think most people, I'm not saying I have the highest IQ. I'm not saying I'm the smartest person, but I have a lot of experience, communicating verbally with people and trying to get to a commonality as far as, with my sales background and just overall being a man trying to, talk shit out instead of, going to violent resolutions. So a person with a lower IQ, or someone who would have got nervous and didn't talk to a lawyer before, or somebody who is shy or afraid of talking to people, I think would have fell for their tactics. And they didn't know what to do with me, because at first they're all like, just give us a shit. Where's the hard drive? Where's the hard drive? I don't have a hard drive. There was never a hard drive. We found your fingerprints. Yeah, I've been living here for 33 years. Everything in this fucking house has my fucking fingerprints. I would understand if I had broken into a fucking establishment and a business and then my fingerprints were everywhere. Like, damn, who's got me? Like, why am I there? Like, why are my fingerprints there? It doesn't make sense, but it's my house, bro. Everything here has my fingerprints. And at one point, I bought that shit. And I had to fucking carry it with the, I was fucking going with the ladder, helping this fool put them up years ago. So I was touching the cameras, touching the box, touching everything, right? So whatever, dog. So my fingerprints are everywhere, right? And then the garage where the cameras are, I used to live there. That used to be where I slept for years. You know what I mean? Anyways, dog, then another sheriff comes up to me and he's like, come on, man. He's like, level with me, dude. No one's gonna know you told. No one's gonna know that you snitched. Like, just tell us what happened, please. I'm all like, bro, you're the fucking cop that came to my house 2 days ago and told me if I let you in and give you the black box and I show you the fucking footage on my fucking ring that this was done, you were gonna leave me and my family alone and you were gonna fuck off. I'm a civilian, dog. I'm a regular civilian. I'm a regular person. But I'm not just gonna fucking bend over and let these fools do whatever they want with me. If I feel strongly about not being involved, I just don't want to be involved, and that's what it comes down to, So 2 days ago, this fool's all like, thank you so much, we're gonna leave you alone, don't worry about it. And now this fool opens the door, takes a knee, and is like, hey man, he tries to fucking level with me and thinks we're homies and shit. And I told him straight up, like, hey man, I'll talk to anybody else with a badge except your dumb ass. Fuck you, you're a bitch, I told him. You're a bitch. Fuck you. I'm not fucking talk to you. You're a fucking liar. You fucking look at what you're doing to me and my family. Like, you fools are harassing me. I'm gonna sue you and the city. I'm gonna sue the sheriffs. I'm gonna sue the Southgate PD. I'm gonna sue everybody because you fools are harassing me. At this point, you guys are fucking harassing me. Like, this is too much. You feel me? And he goes, no, it's because I didn't do this to you. You're doing this to yourself. I'm all like, bro, from day one, I've told you what the fuck it is. Keeping it straight up with you, I don't want to be involved. I'm not gonna show you the camera. If you get a fucking warrant and you come get it, that's on you. But I'm not giving you shit. And I was, at this point I was pissed, bro. I was in there already 30 minutes, 45 minutes with my hands behind my back in a cop car, my neck all cranked, pissed off. Like, hey man, fuck you, get the fuck away from me. I don't want to talk to you. And then this fool is bothered, hot and bothered, because it's not going the way he thought it was gonna go. And he's all like, would you feel more comfortable talking to a female police officer? And that pissed me off more, dog. Because you say that, when police officers say that, they typically say that to a woman, to a girl, like, hey, do you want to talk to another girl? Does that mean, because I'm a guy, like, this will basically call me a bitch and it's fucking wannabe psychological fucking, what they teach him at the fucking academy, I guess, or they probably have these guys come in and give seminars on like how to talk to fucking criminals or whatever and try to get them to break. These fools be watching too much 48 Hours, bro, on A&E and shit. So I'm like, fuck you, talk to my lawyer. And he goes, oh, you have a lawyer? I'm all like, yeah, I got a lawyer. What's up? You want to talk to him? I got his number in my phone. You can call him. He leave me alone. He goes, only criminals have lawyers. Only bad guys have lawyers. Why do you have a lawyer? What are you afraid of? What did you do? I'm all like, oh, I can't have a lawyer? Like, it's against my rights? Like, I don't have rights? Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not verbalizing fucking laws and fucking amendments and rights and Bill of Rights and fucking constitutional shit correctly and saying it how I'm supposed to say it. I'm just saying it in regular English. Like, what the fuck? I can't have a lawyer? Like, I don't have I'm a fucking American citizen, bro. I can have a lawyer, have a right to a lawyer. I know some fucking rights, right? I don't know everything, but I know how to fucking, oh, I can't have a lawyer? Is that what you're telling me? It's against the law to have a lawyer? Is that what you're telling me? And at that point, the look on his face was just like, fuck, like, he knew he fucked up. Lied to me about not coming back. I gave him what the fuck that fool asked for. And he wanted me to fucking create this fucking hard drive out of my fucking asshole and tell him that it's somewhere, right? So that fool closes the door. And then they stopped talking to me and they start going talking to my parents, dog. And you know, my parents, fool, like, civilians, regular people, not part of no gang activity, not part of any type of street life, just two old 60-plus-year-old, you know, legal Mexicans living in America since they were in their early teens, see what they're doing to me, and they already know what time it is. Like, fuck these fools. We ain't telling you shit. Get the fuck out. When they pulled up, my dad was in the living room in his muscle shirt and his shorts, fresh out of work, banging. He said that he was banging on the door. My dad's old, fool. That fool has like high blood pressure, you know, like all sorts of, like, he's not 100% healthy. He almost died a year or two ago with some stomach shit. So he's kind of he's a lot more frail and sensitive, I guess, in health than he's been in the past. I remember my dad, you know, grow up seeing your dad all the time. He looks big and strong and healthy. My dad's been looking skinny and scrawny for the last couple of years. He's kind of like, you know, he's getting old. They dragged this fool out, whatever, put him on the sidewalk. They never put him in cuffs or nothing, but, you know, when we talked afterwards, he's all like, bro, like, I almost felt like I was going to pass out. And I kept telling them, like, hey, you fools my dad kept telling them, hey, you fools are doing too much. Like, you fools are making me feel bad. Like, I feel like I'm lightheaded. Like, they're all like, do you need an ambulance? Do you need an ambulance? And my dad's all like, you know, my dad's Mexican, old, we're all broke. He's all like, are you going to pay for it or I got to pay for it? They're like, you got to pay for it. He goes, then no, I don't need an ambulance. I don't need an ambulance. But anytime my dad would try to talk to the girl cops or any of the other cops, like, hey, man, like, can you guys chill? Like, I feel sick. I feel like I don't feel good. They're all like, this is not our fault. Do you want an ambulance or not? Like, basically, shut the fuck up. Stop being a bitch. They were basically telling my dad. So whatever. I'm in the cop car for, I would say, about an hour. A random cop, and I think this fool, they're always trying to play good cop, bad cop. I haven't talked to this fool yet. Comes up, opens the car, goes, hey, man, just want to let you know that we're almost done and we're about to let you out. And I was like, all right, cool. You know, most people don't get that, dog. Once they get inside the cop car, they're going to go straight to jail, right? So whatever, you know, the main thing that I want to share with you guys is, like, you don't have to answer any questions if you don't want to. If you want to, go ahead. It's not my battle. It's not my problem if you answer questions and you help them solve a murder. You know, if you're a civilian and that's what you want to do, like, it's America, fool. Do what you want. It's not really none of my business what you do. But for me, it's like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't think you need me to solve a fucking murder that happened in the middle of a giant city with cameras. And it's not like this happened in the fucking desert or in the forest and I was the only one there where I have to help you or else it's going to be a cold case. And they kept saying, we know who it was. We know who it was. We know who it was. Whatever. These fools are like, all right, you're about to get out. So then one more time, this fucking sheriff fool in an undercover sheriff car with a badge and a hat. He looks like Raza. He's a fucking, you know, sick as nopal in la frente, straight up Mexican ass fool, grew up. Anyways, these fools don't live around here, fool. These fools maybe grew up here or adjacent, but you know these motherfuckers live in San Bernardino and fucking Riverside and fucking Orange County and the Valley, and they come from their fucking beautiful houses from an hour away and they come try to fucking punk on us and try to fucking, you know, be the fucking county's bitch. They're talking to my parents, whatever, talking to my parents, and then finally they're gonna, oh, we're gonna let you out. So they take me out. The fool that that fool that's taking off my handcuffs is fucking moving my arm and fucking, cause you know my hands naturally are behind my back, can't really do this. I'm a big boy, so like one of them starts to kind of like go like that, cause you know my shoulder or whatever. Fucking grabs my hand, puts it back, like don't fucking move. I'm taking off your fucking cuffs. Don't fucking move. Don't make any fucking sudden movements. I'm all like, bro, relax, bro, chill. Like it's not that serious. Like there's 30 cops at my house, fucking 9 or 10 cop cars. All you fools have guns. Like, what am I gonna do? Fucking Jackie Chan, Jet Li my way out of this situation? Like, you fucking idiot. Like, no, fool. Like, my hand just fucking moves. And when you fucking release it, it's gonna fucking fly open. Whatever, dog. They fucking cuffed me. They're like, all right, you're free to go. If we come back, we're probably gonna. Oh, okay. I remember now. So right before they let me go, they give me, I guess, one last try. So the fools come up to me, and that fool, the Mexican sheriff guy, he's all like, and they're wearing plain clothes officers, right, undercover or whatever. They're not in their little costumes. He's all like, hey man, we know you're a criminal. You know we took your fingerprints in the county and your DNA when you were in jail in 2008. Like, you know we have your fingerprints. You know we have your DNA. You know you're a criminal, right? You're a criminal. We have video of you outside when it happened. We know you were at the scene. This is how they try to fuck with you, dog. They tried almost every angle, and this was, you could tell, his last attempt before they let me go. I'm all like, yeah, that was in 2008 when I was 18 and I got drunk with the homie and we did something stupid. You don't think people can change? He goes, you're a convicted felon. I'm all like, not anymore. I used to be. I'm all like, I got a lawyer and I dropped my fucking case down from a felony to a misdemeanor so I can get better jobs. Look me up. I'm not a felon no more. That got dropped down to a misdemeanor. I tried to get it removed and like expunged or whatever, but they wouldn't do it because it was a violent crime. So they just gave me a misdemeanor. I'm like, I'm not a criminal no more, fool. I'm not. I'm a fucking baseball coach, dog. I'm a baseball coach. Look me up. Look at my community. My community, my neighbors, they know who the fuck I am. I'm not a bad person. That's what you think. You probably think people, once you go to jail, you're a person from jail forever. Like, you can't change. People, I'm telling people change all the time, my boy. All the fucking time. I'm not a fucking criminal. I don't give a fuck what you call me. You're a criminal. You're a criminal. I'm like, I'm not a fucking criminal, dog. Like, he wanted to be like, yeah, you're right. I'm a criminal. I'm so sorry. Like, no, bitch. I'm not a fucking criminal, dog. I fucking volunteer and with fucking baseball, teaching kids baseball for hundreds of hours a month. Hundreds. Not counting, that's just in the last 8 months. Hundreds of hours, right? That I've been coaching kids and developing kids, young teenagers. Some of them don't have fucking both parents. Some of them are going a hard time. Even if you have both parents, sometimes you don't want to talk to your parents when you're going through some tough shit. I'm over here fucking molding the fucking men of the future to be fucking strong, independent men. And a criminal would never do that. A criminal will fucking recruit them to their fucking whatever. We know you're a criminal. We have your fingerprints, this and that. Like, we don't believe you. Why do you have a lawyer? This and that. Like, bruh. Like, they're doing the most, fool. They're doing the fucking most to try to get me. They came from different angles. The one time they'll open the door right next to me. The second time they'll open the door over there. Like, they were trying to psychologically mind fuck me. My bad. They're trying to psychologically mind fuck me in every fucking which way. Like, if there was a book on how to fucking try to get someone to break, they've tried every angle already. And the problem with their tactics is I don't got what they want. Maybe if I was guilty and maybe if I was the person they were saying to me, I would have probably cracked. And maybe that shit would have worked on me. But what you want me to do? Fucking admit to something I didn't do? Create this fucking fantasy that, oh, you know what? What you guys saying sounds pretty right, so it must be true. I don't remember, but it must be true. Fuck it. Yeah, it was me. Like, I'm pretty sure some fucking person out there has done that. Like, damn, these fools sounded like, it sounds like I did that shit. Maybe, I don't remember, but it sounds like no, fool. The reason why I'm still here doing this fucking live podcast, not live podcast, but the reason I'm still in the comfort of my own home, not in jail for fucking, they said I was aiding and abetting a murder. The most fucking heinous crime in America is to aid and abet a murder, tampering with evidence of a murder. They're trying to throw all these fucking things, all these fucking buzzwords at me, right? The reason why I'm still here, fool, because I had nothing to do with that shit. And I didn't do shit wrong. They said they had me on camera at the moment on the scene, which I was. So over here where I live, fool, in Southgate, I'm not saying it's the most ghetto city in the world. Hell no. I'm not saying that we're more ghetto than South Central, than Watts. We're more ghetto than fucking, I don't know, fool, fucking South Africa or Florida or like all these places in the world. Southgate is a lower class city. What does that mean? Middle class, upper middle class, you got your neighbors are doctors, lawyers, right? You know, some contractor independents like plumbers and people who make serious money. Most of the fucking houses in my block are owned by divorced single mothers that work at clinics making $18, $19 an hour. Retired people that used to work from the county. mechanics, business owners, factory workers like my parents. So yeah, there's houses here. There's not that many apartments. I don't live in the projects, but these small ass 100-year-old houses that used to cost $80,000, $90,000 when these people all bought it, are fucking owned by poor people, right? Yeah, Watts is 2 miles that way. South Central is 3 miles that way. Huntington Park's right there. Yeah, we're close. We're like ghetto adjacent, but it's not a bad place, fool. So most of the time when you hear loud bangs at night or in the daytime, don't matter. It's usually fireworks, fool. So we always have this joke like, is it a firework or is it a gunshot? Most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, it's a firework, because you could hear when it goes up and it bangs or whatever, it goes boom, and then you can hear the crackle after from the firework. So whatever, most of the time, and then people are always playing loud music, having parties. So this is a Friday night, so people are playing loud music, people are talking, whatever. I hear some people kind of arguing, but it's too far away where I don't know if they're arguing with each other, or is it a family dispute, or is some shit going down. So I'm kind of checking my camera sometimes. I'm trying to go to work. I have to be up at 5 in the morning. It's midnight when all this shit's going down. So I hear the shots, pop, 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 pop. And then I wait to hear if I hear the crackle to make sure I know it's a firework. No crackle. I was like, all right, that sounded kind of close. You feel me? I live all the way in the back, right? So 200, 300 feet, right? A football field away, whatever. I was like, that sounds kind of close. And then you hear some fool yelling, don't fucking die. Don't fucking die. Don't fucking die. Like loud. It's midnight, fool. It's quiet. Fool screaming and yelling. Boom, I go on my camera, I look at it, and some fool's laid out, and some fool's fucking trying to push them to wake up. So, whatever, these fools stop yelling. So I see that fool laying down on the floor is by himself. I got a neighbor, fool. His name is fucking Richard. Some of you fools that I went to school with know who I'm talking about. Sugar Free, right? Me and that fool used to be best friends growing up. This was black, half Mexican, I think. Me and that fool used to be best friends from like 8 years old to maybe 18 years old, fool. He was my ride or die, my homie, right? Around 18, 19, that fool started doing like meth or crack or some shit. So he's consistently in and out of jail. He has issues at home with his sister where they're always trying to kick him out, and he always comes back. And this fool doesn't have a car. He's always walking up and down the street like a little crackhead or whatever. And I don't talk to this fool no more, dog. I'm not homies with people like that. For what? You ask me for money, to have a place to crash, whatever. Anyways, I just don't associate with people like that, because also we got into it when we were young, and I'm kind of a guy that holds grudges, right? Nonetheless, he's a homie from my block I grew up with, right? That fool bangs and everything. I went outside to just check to see if it was him. I go outside in my white undershirt, my underwear, my sandals. I go to about my sidewalk, maybe a little bit further. The cops are already there on the scene. I go up, that fool's wearing Team Jordans. I'm like, I don't think Richard would wear Team Jordans. 501s, a black hoodie. And I go up a little closer, and I could tell it's not him. I go back in my house. That's the footage you're going to see of me on the crime scene, being right there, being involved. Right? I went back inside, whatever. The cops were there for a minute. I'm chilling outside or in my living room watching these fools take these fools. When I saw the fools get into the back of the ambulance, they were like both alive. 2 different ambulances. One took longer to leave. One went right away. But yeah, people are taking pictures, crime scene. I wake up like at 5 in the morning, 6 a.m. I get in my car, try to back up. The cops come, like, hey man, you can't go to work today because this is a crime investigation scene now, and so you can't go to work. Like, damn, crazy. Like, I got bills, so I gotta go to work. Whatever, they don't let me go to work. But yeah, bro, they come and raid my pad. All that shit that I was talking to you guys about when I was in the handcuffs in the back of the car, they probably were here since from 1 to like 5 or 6 p.m., 4 hours. The whole time they're going through my house, dog. They break one of my dad's cabinets where he has all his like tax paperwork, all his old, like fucking birth certificates and all that shit. He has like this metal cabinet with a key. Fucking, they crowbar that shit. Did it ever get replaced? Did they tell us, sorry, we're gonna get you a new one? Of course not, fool. They're gonna, in their mind, we deserve it, right? My old ass dad that barely makes enough money to pay his bills should be able to find and pay for his own fucking shit that they broke, right? Come to my house, fool. All my hats are on the floor. I have a lot of hats. You guys know that I wear a lot of hats, right? All my hats are on the floor. All my clothes on the floor. Everything's on the floor, all tore up. Like, there's papers, and all my tax papers are on the fucking bed. Like, they just threw everything on the bed and started going through it. My equipment's all fucked up. My laptop is all disconnected and moved. Like, they moved the couches. They came in here and were looking for something, fool. And they found nothing, which is why they were pressing me so hard in the car. Because if they would have found what they were looking for, they would have just took me away, right? Like, boom, we got the evidence, got you whatever, you're done. But from the beginning, I told these fools, I don't got shit to do. I just don't want to be involved. Maybe I made myself look a little guilty or more involved than I was, but that's my right, bro. I feel like that's my right to not be involved. I don't want to, you feel me? So after that, they leave, whatever. I'm over here cleaning up, my family, we're all cleaning up the house. We're all shaking, like, obviously, we're not a criminal family, fool. So, like, we're shaken up by that shit. My dad is all fucked up and my mom's all fucked up for the next couple of days. My son, bro, for like a week after that, you could tell that something was just bothering him. And that's fucked up. That's one other thing that pisses me off. But the reason I wanted to bring all this up, because I don't really have to do a video about this or a podcast about this. The only reason I bring it up is because I didn't notice they were fucking with my camera and my computer and my memory cards. So I recorded like 2 podcasts after that, and they both sounded fucked up and looked fucked up. So I'm sure they were fucking with my shit. And while I was recording, typically I just I move all my equipment off to the side, this little like side closet that I have. And when it's time to record, I just bring it out, boom, hit record, turn on the lights, and I'm good. Well, I did that, and I noticed that they were fucking with my settings, and my settings were all fucked up. So 2 of my podcasts with Brown Militia, where I have Sam Butler, Richard, and Elias, that one looks and sounds fucked up. The podcast I did with Gian from Undisputed Principles, that one looks fucked up. So I'm gonna have to take my camera to Canon and have them fix it. It's like $400 or $500 just for them to fix it, fool. And it takes 2 or 3 weeks, dog. And I only have one camera. You feel me? I don't have a backup camera. So I'm probably not gonna be able to shoot an episode till maybe after Christmas when I get my camera back. So I wanted to just explain to you guys why you may not see an episode in the next few weeks after this one, just because I have to send my camera to get, I guess, refurbished or cleaned up, or I don't know, they have to clean the sensors or something just to make sure it's in working condition. I'm gonna try to buy a second camera just because I feel like it's time to upgrade. Maybe have 2 cameras, maybe go live for the podcast instead of doing pre-recorded like I usually do. Because I feel like it's time to evolve the podcast into its next generation, its next level. You feel me? Like, I've been doing this solo podcast, editing and audio all by myself for a while with this kind of like basic camera I got at fucking Best Buy. Trying my best for it to look fucking clear and HD. The reason why I haven't bought a camera before that is because, like, maybe what if I, there's always like, what if I quit? What if I stop? Like, do I really want to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a camera and $1,000 for a lens? And then I stop podcasting and it's just worse, waste of money. I probably sell it and get less than half of my money back. But at this point, I feel like I've been podcasting consistently for 2 years now, where I'm not going to stop, dog. People and podcasts have came and gone, thinking it's easy to start a podcast, to record yourself every week, to edit yourself, make multiple clips a day. They think this shit's easy, bro. It's not. I've had to sacrifice time with my family, even time at work, to make sure, sleep, for sure, sacrificing sleep, to make sure I get these episodes out for you guys, and the quality that I like. I don't like to watch a podcast where it looks all shitty. You can tell it's on an iPhone. I don't like to listen to a podcast where like the audio is fucked up. So seeing my episodes all fucked up like that, and the only difference between those episodes and the ones that were looking fucking crispy and clean before was that the cops raided my pad, fool. That's the only difference. So I have a suspicion that these fools fucked my camera up. I've been fucking with it again. I've been trying to get it back to normal. So right now I feel like it looks almost back to what it's supposed to look like. But just to make sure everything's on the up and up, I'm gonna take it into Canon so I won't have a camera. Shout out to you guys, man. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback lately as far as the episodes, the quality of the episodes, the content as far as being funny or interesting. Hella feedback recently in the last 3 or 4 months, dog, that we've been fucking doing it right. So you don't have to, obviously, but I have to ask. This is a business at the end of the day. I can't do this shit for free. If you want to support the channel and help me get a fucking camera, a new camera, there's many things you could do. You can straight up just Apple Pay me fucking $5,000, $10,000, call it a day, and keep this shit moving, right? I don't got homies like that. I don't got rich homies like that. I don't want to do a GoFundMe for some shit unless it's necessary, right? Like GoFundMe should be if someone fucking dies and they don't have life insurance valid. For GoFundMe, that's what that should be for, right? I know white people use it to start businesses and startups, but I don't know. It just feels weird to me. What will make me feel better and it's like an even exchange. Either you guys go on Patreon and sign up for the $30 a month one or whatever the most expensive one is, and the money comes in little by little. I get the money, I buy a new camera. You guys get to watch more episodes, you get to watch them early. And I feel like that's more of an even exchange instead of you just giving me money and not promising you anything or giving you anything in return. That just don't feel right to me. You guys could buy hella shirts, right? Like the Liddy shirt. I know I was only going to make a few of them, but people fucking love it. So I'm already on my second run. Those should be going out soon. You guys could buy hats, shirts, right? To support the channel. So next time this happens, I don't have to stop recording for a month or two because my camera's at the shop or whatever. You feel me? Or I could rent one in the meantime, which right now I can't. I just can't. You know, this YouTube shit is a lonely road. No one really understands how hard it is. I know you guys watch videos and we all have phones, right? We all kind of create content if we're on Instagram, whatever. But the type of content that this channel produces takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of like learning type shit. You feel me? Like, it's not easy. I don't want you fools to feel bad for me. I'm not looking for fucking fools to feel bad for me. I just want the people who are watching this shit and enjoy the content, and you're a fucking legit Liddy, like you feel like you're part of this community, like some of you really are, liking and commenting on everything that we do. If you're a real Liddy, you know, instead of fucking buying whatever fucking Starbucks one time that's $8, subscribe to the $10 Patreon. You know, fools that are wasting money on whatever that you feel like, damn, why did I buy that? That's just stupid. Think about sending a donation in through Patreon so I can get a new camera, dog. You know, I live a pretty humble life. I used to have a Maserati. I sold that shit so I could focus on the fucking podcast. I bought more equipment when I sold that shit. I drive an old ass beat up A to B car right now. Fool just gets me to A to B because I'm really putting all my effort and time into this channel. Especially right now, we're about to hit 6K, dog. We were like at 1,000 or 2,000 a year ago, fool. Like the growth on this channel is crazy. The people that we're getting on here are crazy. The people that are saying yes to being on the podcast is like, these are legit fools. It's because we have a movement right now. Yeah, we're not at 100,000 subscribers on YouTube yet. Yeah, we don't have 1 million followers on the Lit Outlet yet. I'm okay with that, dog, because I pride myself on this channel being entertaining, also giving you guys information, valuable information, without having to focus on fucking drama, dog. Like beef or fucking this and that. Like, I'm not really into it. Sometimes I catch myself watching it and then I have to snap myself out. Like, what the fuck am I watching for this fucking reality TV type shit? Like, hell nah. You know, it's easier to grow your channel that way. No, and then I'm not dissing or talking shit about nobody that does it. Why? Because it's a business, fool, and that shit is probably the fastest way to grow your channel. To become independent is to start with shit like that, and then eventually, if you want to transition to being, a different type of channel, you could. I get it. I know why people do it, because that shit fucking works. It's actually a smart business move to focus on the drama. But I don't feel like I'm desperate where I have to grow my channel in the next 3 months, or else I'm not gonna be able to pay my bills. Where I'm cool with just doing interviews and content that I like to do. That's fun for me. And if people fuck with it, they'll subscribe. And if they don't, they don't. And if fucking I eventually one day can do this full time, dope. Hell yeah. Number one goal right there. Doing this shit full time. Hiring people to edit my videos. Hiring people to do my audio. I just record, do my thing, and then hand it off to somebody else. They upload it. And I get to spend more time with my family, right? That's the goal. But right now, I feel like we're in a good little spot. We're in a good little spot trying to figure out the algorithm. Sometimes they push my shit, sometimes they don't. Sometimes fucking my shit looks good, sometimes it doesn't. So this is just me telling you guys, the liddies, that, I'm gonna try to get better, dog. I'm gonna try to get better. I'm gonna try to do more single podcasts like this too, where like I know a lot of the times when I interview people, my interview style is ask a question and shut the fuck up. And pay attention, show people respect. A lot of podcasts that you listen to, the main person on the podcast is always interrupting, always changing the subject. That's annoying to me in real life and on podcasts. The people I interview are real regular people, dog. Let them finish their fucking story. I don't care if it's a 2-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute story. Like, let them finish. That's why they're here, to share their story, so people out there like you guys can relate to it, right? So I know my podcasting style is a little bit slower and a little bit less, I guess more boring, but that's just the way I am. I like to listen, like listen twice, speak once. That's why God gave you 2 ears type shit. But yeah, man, I'm learning from a lot of people. Every person that I interview, I learn from him, and I've evolved as a person just by having these conversations with people, which is something that I feel like the liddies, if you guys can learn something, is like the art of conversation, would be dope. If all the liddies became better fucking communicators because they listen and watch my podcast, that'll be sick. If people ask, hey, you're a liddy, why you like it so much? Oh, I just like the conversations. Like, they make me think a certain way, and then I ask certain questions in my day-to-day life, because that's the way I've learned conversation through this podcast, which would be dope. Bro, I got a high school diploma. I got a fucking American Career College diploma. That's not a real college. That's a fucking trade school. I was in the medical field for like 12 years at the eye doctor. That's where I learned how to speak like this, because I used to sound way more ghetto before, fool. I used to hate people that sounded professional or white. I used to call it, oh, you're like a white boy, fool. You speak English too good. I used to be like that, fool. But I was forced to learn how to articulate and speak better English, because it led to more sales. English is like the way to feed your family, fool. Because if you have to fucking sell something, you have to be able to talk English, fool. And then I was really good because I also spoke Spanish. So, people like my parents, where like my Spanish wasn't great, I had to kind of like, do a little Spanglish, but the people understood me because I'm like their kid. But yeah, man, one of the biggest things you guys should take away from watching or listening to the Lit Out podcast is the art of communication and learning how to listen. You guys are all great listeners. That's why you guys watch and listen to podcasts. You guys are great listeners. But being able to listen attentively to be able to ask the next question is something that I would recommend you guys pay attention to. I do want to talk about a couple other things. The Dodgers are playing the Yankees today. Today's Friday. This probably won't be out till Tuesday. The Dodgers are playing the Yankees at Dodger Stadium in the World Series, bro. If any of you guys know me personally, whether you're family or people I grew up with, friends, right? You know that I'm a fucking diehard baseball fan, fool. I've been playing baseball my whole life. I love baseball. My son plays baseball. My family plays baseball. Baseball is one of the fabrics that my life was built on, right? The Dodgers, I've been a Dodger fan my whole life, dog. I've been not forced, but also confused for a long time why we're also Yankee fans. My family, fool, when it comes to my dad, my brother, and I, we're Yankee fans too, dog. So this World Series where it's the Yankees versus the Dodgers is like a dream come true for me, that it's been 41 years since the Dodgers and Yankees played each other in the World Series. I'm 34 years old, so it's never happened in my life. The Dodgers made it to the World Series for the first time in 2020, when I was fucking 30 years old. So my whole life, the Dodgers kind of sucked. And the Yankees were always good. I know you guys are asking, why the fuck are you fools a Yankee fan? Well, the reason why we're Yankee fans, fool, because my dad also loves baseball, right? His dad was a Cincinnati Reds fan. My grandpa hated the Dodgers because they sucked. And the Big Red Machine, which is the Cincinnati Reds with P. Rose and all these badass players, were like the best team back then. So my grandpa used to fuck with them. But my dad, I don't know, for some reason my dad always liked the Yankees, and my dad's from Mexico in a specific state called Nayarit. And there's an N and a Y in Nayarit. So to him, it's like representing where he comes from, the NY hat. And on top of that, he likes baseball. And on top of that, that team's badass. So seeing my dad grow up as a Yankee fan, you know, as his son, fuck it, I'm gonna roll with my dad too. I like both. But also, like, I'm an LA baby, fool, like Los Angeles, LA County, whatever. Obviously, I don't live in the city, but I live in the county, LA County. The Dodgers is my childhood, fool. Dodger games is all I know. I've only been to Dodger games. Recently, I went to other ballparks my whole life. I'm just Dodgers, fool, straight up. So if I had to tell the truth, I would like the Dodgers to win. They're like 1A, and then the Yankees are 1B. They're both my favorite teams, but I like the Dodgers a little bit more than the Yankees, fool. But I do love the pinstripes, fool. I do love New York Yankee baseball. I'm not the biggest New York fan, like the city of New York. I've never been there. There's nothing, I can't say that I have family there. I love people there. Like, I just like the baseball team, fool. I think the Dodgers win in 5 games. I think the Dodgers win 2 here, win 1 in New York, and then the Yankees might win 2, and then they come back and win in 5 or 6, fool. I think the Dodgers are going to be too much for the Yankees, but hey, the Yankees have some great hitters, some good pitchers, so you never know. They're both in the World Series for a reason. Being a baseball fan, some people are mad that the Dodgers have the most expensive payroll and the Yankees are like top 3 in expensive payroll, and they both made it to the World Series. Some people don't like that shit. I love that shit. I want to see the best players play the best players in the fucking World Series. And the NBA, they call it the finals, and Super Bowl. I mean, in the NFL, they call it the Super Bowl. In the World Series, fool, I want to see the 2 best, most expensive teams go at it. Why would you want to see these fucking fools that suck, that somehow made it to the World Series, play each other? I don't want to see Cleveland versus fucking Colorado. I don't want to see fucking these small market, the A's versus the fucking Marlins. Like, I don't want to see that shit, dog. Like, who plays on those teams? Nobody that I fucking give a fuck about. I want to see fucking Ohtani versus Garrett Cole. I want to see fucking Yamamoto versus fucking Aaron Judge. Like, that's going to be tight. That's going to be dope. And the city's going to benefit from it, right? Also, if you're fucking going to watch the game somewhere, like at a bar or going to one of the games today, you're fucking dumb. You're one of the dumbest people I know, bro. There's going to be like 8 games. Garfield versus Roosevelt at SoFi. Fucking the Dodgers and Yankees at Dodger Stadium. The Lakers are playing. There's a concert at the Forum. I think the Clippers are playing too. There's another football game in Bellflower. I think St. John Bosco. Like, traffic's going to be stupid, dog. By the time you watch this, it's going to be too late, but stay your ass home. You don't want that many cars on the road. You know some shit's going to go down. Like, I'm going to stay at my ass home, edit some videos, and watch the game here with the family. Also, too, another thing. Nosebleeds, $1,200? Are you stupid? It's game 1, bro. I don't give a fuck if it's game 1 of the World Series and fucking my favorite player of all time, King Griffey Jr., just joined the Dodgers and he's going to play today. Like, I would never pay that much money to go watch a fucking baseball game. You're fucking stupid, dog. And there were $1,200 when the tickets became available for sale. And right now, they dropped down already to $800. they're gonna keep dropping down, fool, to like 500-600 before the game starts. You could probably find a ticket for $600-700. That's a little bit more manageable. I've paid $400 or $500 to go watch a Raider game and they lose, so I can't really be talking shit. But yeah, man, you know, watching baseball at home to me is way more comfortable than going to the ballpark. I only went to the ballpark once. I went to Dodger Stadium once this year because my sister was honored on the field before the game started because she's a teacher. And that's like the only reason I would probably fucking go to the fucking games. Too many people, parking sucks, getting out the fucking, leaving the stadium, you have to leave early, right? Or else fucking, you'd be stuck in traffic for 2 hours just to get out the park, and then you gotta drive another hour to get to your house. Like it's such a bad, it's just a bad way to experience a baseball game. I'd rather watch it at home, order some food, chill with my family, talk about, you know, my family is the type of family that talks about baseball during a baseball game. If you're not a baseball player, you do not want to watch a baseball game with my family. We're gonna be talking about the whole time about like, oh, you should have done that, you should have done that. Like we're annoying baseball fucking fans, fool. You feel me? So unless I get free tickets, I'm not gonna go to a World Series. Now, would I pay $1,000 for Game 7 and I know and they win and I'm there and I'm experiencing and I get to watch everything that happens after the field live and in person? I have a really good seat, like the blue seats, the dugout level seats, the home run seats, or any yellow seat for $1,000. Yeah, maybe that's worth it for me for that experience, right? I'm not paying $1,200 for a nosebleed on Game 1. That's just dumb. So dumb, dog. I'm not doing that. Last topic for today is going to be LeBron James and his son, LeBron James Jr., making history, being the first father-son duo on the same team. Dope. That's just tight. I'm a dad. I'm a son. Just imagine your dad and if you have a dad, if you have a son, imagine you guys on the same team, fool. Playing for the Lakers at Staples Center. They play like 4 or 5 minutes together. Yeah, whatever. That's fucking tight, fool. I don't give a fuck if you fools hating. Oh, he doesn't deserve to be there. He only got there because of his dad. Yeah, fool. That's the world we live in, dog. I don't know what you fools think that this is a socialist country where everyone's equal. Like, no, fool. LeBron James deserves and earned the right for those fools to draft his son so he could play with him, fool. He deserves that shit. And they won that game, dog. What else do you want? They won that game because of JJ Redick. That he put on a fucking coaching clinic for that Game 1. Like the plays he was calling, the way the players gave effort, and because the coach can just call the play. Oh, we're running fucking ISO, this and that. And if the players are like, man, fuck this coach, that fool's whack, and they fucking don't screen on purpose, they missed a shot on purpose, they don't put no effort in, you could call the best player in the world. If the players don't fuck with the coach, it don't matter. These players fuck with JJ Redick, and it's because of LeBron. LeBron fucks with that fool. So the plays they were calling and shit were working perfectly, dog. I don't think I've ever seen the Lakers play offensive basketball like that since Phil Jackson, fool. I think this team's going to be special. We have a lot of role players, plus you got LeBron, plus you got AD, right? You got that white boy, the school shooter, number 15, AK-47, Austin Reeves. Oh, no, AK-15. Oh, AR-15. I'm tripping. Austin Reeves, hell of a player. Got this other new white boy, Connect. The Lakers are looking good, dog, because we beat a team with fucking Gobert and number 5 from the Timberwolves. Sorry, NBA is not my number 1 sport, so Carl Edwards, something like that. Let me know if I fucked up his name. But yeah, dog, the Lakers are looking good. The Dodgers are looking amazing. Ohtani hasn't even started pitching yet. He's going to pitch next year. He's a really good pitcher, probably one of the best pitchers in the league. So we might go back to back if everyone stays healthy. Vesia, left-handed pitchers coming back from the bullpen. Broussard Gratterall is another pitcher that hasn't pitched in the playoffs yet, who will be apparently pitching in the World Series. Because every time you advance to the next level, you get to change your roster up. Those fools are hurt, so they're going to come back and pitch, which is going to be dope, dog. Appreciate you guys if you made it this far in the fucking video, dog. Honestly, people like you that watch the whole video or listen to the whole video, is the main reason why the channel grows. Because let me give you guys a little bit of information as far as how channels grow on YouTube or Spotify, whatever it is. If you watch the first 10 seconds, yeah, the number goes up as far as 1 view, 2 view. Every fucking 3 seconds counts as a view. The first 3 seconds counts as 1 view, whether you watch it for those 3 seconds or the whole hour. The people who watch it towards the end and let the whole thing play out, the algorithm or the app notices like, damn, people are watching this whole thing. The apps, what they want is for you to stay on that app as long as possible so they can show you commercials so they can make money. So by you watching this whole thing, it helps me because YouTube will now show the video to more people. And that's going to help me get more views, more followers, more subscribers. And that's going to help me buy better equipment, hire people to make this channel blow up. I can't wait where we have our own studio and I can invite you guys to come watch us do a live podcast and even fucking invite you guys to be on the episodes. Oh, this fool's been a Liddy since forever. Tony Tactics, Lily Flower, fucking 99 Alvarez, fucking Damien, all these moderators that have been putting in work in the comments. Like, I can't wait to have you fools pull up and be part of the show sometime. That'll be tight. We're definitely not there yet. We need more support. We need to stay strong. But I need a new camera. If you fools are down to help me out, donations to Patreon, buy a hat, buy a shirt, buy a shitload of stuff so I can fucking save up enough money to buy another camera. This solo pod was nerve-wracking for me. I'm not sure if I wanted to do it. I just said, fuck it. I feel like it went well. A little bit of story time because of some crazy shit that I had to get off my chest. A story to show you guys what I've been through the last couple of weeks. I definitely want to do more of these solo pods. Hashtag get to know Mo. Right? And then I'll break into this too. Like that's why my name is No Mo. That was my Snapchat name. It used to be Cognac Poppy, right? Obviously, because Champagne Poppy is Drake, but I was a Hennessy drinker for a long time, so I just put Cognac Poppy. And then I changed it to No Mo because I knew I wanted to change it because Cognac Poppy is fucking corny, right? It was a lot of things I do is corny because I think it's funny. I'm not too serious about myself. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but I like to do a lot of things because it's funny. Even some of my songs that I recorded, all my rap songs, like some of my bars are just funny because I like to be funny. If I'm not that serious of a person. Nomo23, get to know Mo. That's what my name means. Some folks call me K Nomo. Yes, my favorite baseball player growing up was Hideo Nomo from the Dodgers, a Japanese pitcher, number 16. When I was 6 or 7, that fool was the most popular baseball player in the country, and at age 5 or 6 where my memory was, I remember things. So that always stuck out with me. Everyone knows from the age of 0 to 5, you don't remember shit. Shut up. People would be like, when I was 2, fool, when I was 3, shut the fuck up. You don't remember shit. Shut up, shut your bitch ass up. Stop lying. You don't remember. Someone told you a story and you pretend like you remember. Shut up, bitch. You don't remember shit. I remember being 6 years old in the backyard practicing to pitch like Hideo Nomo, fool. Anyways, yeah, Nomo23. Get to know Mo. The K in front of Nomo is because when I was in high school, when I was a graffiti artist, I used to write, my name was, I started with a K. So since K and N can be silent, the K can be silent, right? Knockout, knack. There's a lot of words that have a K in front of it that's silent. I put the K in front of it because it kind of, I don't want to forget the person I was growing up in those years where you start to mold yourself as an adult. Even though I don't do graffiti no more, I don't hang around like that no more, I don't drink or smoke or do any type of shit no more. That's always gonna be part of my story. Those years doing stupid shit in the street, going to jail, hanging out with the homies, like that's part of me, fool. That's always gonna be me. So I don't want to pretend like that never happened. So I put the K in front of Nomo for that reason. That's just my personal thing. If you think it's corny, that's on you. Nomo, get to know Mo, right? That's the whole purpose of this journey back when I started in 2016, for you fools to get to know me. And then, my name is Moises. So a lot of fools can't say Moises, and I hate it when people say Moises. So I let fools call me Mo or Moses. just to keep it simple. And then 2-3, my favorite number is actually 44. But my favorite basketball player has always been Michael Jordan. I named my son Jordan. So his number that he rocks has always been 23. So that's also like, an homage, whatever you want to say it, like to my son. My firstborn, my son. So Jordan, 2-3. Normal 2-3. That's what the name Normal 2-3 means. Just in case you fools give a fuck. Anyways, that's been the first episode of the Solo Pod. I'm probably still going to call it the Lit Outlet Pod. I'm not going to make another fucking logo for Get to Know Mo podcast. Like, Tea Time with Mo, fuck that. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We also need to start getting better at comments, bro. For a long time, we would do the fire emoji with the plug, and that was like the easy way to leave a comment, but we got to stop doing that because the algorithms don't like that shit. Ask me a question about anything. It doesn't have to be about the video or the podcast. Just ask me a random question. Let's have a conversation where we both comment 2 or 3 times. That's always going to boost up more than us just putting fire emojis or the plug emoji, right? Let's get better at that. But yeah, man, shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for buying the shirts. That really means a lot to me. If you're out of state, I bought a shipping label maker so I could ship shit out now. So hit me up if you need a shirt. Like I always say, turn up, pull up, stay lit. Let's get it.